Mhm.
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute. This music isn't right. The scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over. If I hit the right button, at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indcd.org. Your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We're also made possible by the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear. All part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you in particular. Yes, no, move over. You go from having never handled a sword to teaching the art to others. And of course, hates and hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. And yes, justice for Aloysius. Hello. Happy May Day, which we've been screaming for the last, 70 some odd days. Happy Beltane to the folks who that is their shindiggery. Enjoy your bonfires and shenanigans. May it be fruitful for whatever you need to be blossoming. As frankly, we could use some direct interference from any number of meddlers, as the world is. Now, accountability. I got very little done yesterday, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to preface this with, he's okay. But my father, whom I love, got his hand involved somehow with a mechanized log splitter. And he is okay. Apparently, he broke his ring finger, and the ring had to be cut off. This would be an issue, of course. However, to me, it is a relief, and I will explain why. I have nyxlexia. Longtime viewers know that words and letters and numbers float around for me. And upon reading the message my mom put out, I misread it as his ring finger got cut off, thus causing no small amount of hilarity on my part in that I was a messed up, panicked freak. Excuse me for just 1 second. Oh, don't look at me like that, Dawn. Okay, we'll try this again. Now, this wouldn't have been that big a deal. All right, other than it being a big deal, except for the following factors. One, my parents' neck of Indiana has been without power for a substantial amount of time, and they briefly had a window of power before it was immediately shut down again. In that window, they sent the message off. I read the message, scrambled it in my mind, and then tried to call, and I could not get back to them. So a large portion of my day was do different things, attempt to call again, do different things, attempt to call anyone. And because power was down, yes. Made for a very emotionally, shall we say, effective day. So I dealt with that. Sometimes family does indeed have to come first, especially in matters such as this. I did finally get to hear from them briefly when I was informed I got through finally, just in time to interrupt their nap, got everything straightened out. The world is a much better place, but that did derail my plans. Now, I still did some art. I have a art piece that definitely requires doing, so I will be doing commissioned art. I have like a backlog now of commissions and requests that need done. So I'll be working on that. But we are heading into the weekend. It is a holiday for many of you. I hope you have an enjoyable one at that. I have this tendency to accidentally celebrate holidays that aren't mine, not through any act of hypocrisy, but it's like I will find out if I plan suddenly and pathologically that I need to make a barbecue, it's somebody's bonfire day. If I cannot sleep and just want to prowl around, no matter what I do, it's probably a full moon. This is how I operate. And I'm going to use this, by the way, as a book title at some point. So please don't snitch it from me. But there is a rumor that I suffer from a very mild case of lycanthropy. Certainly lunacy. Wrote a great story about it. It's in Through the Thinning Veil. You guys get to guess if that's one of the true ones or not. Shameless self-plug. It's available through Amazon. You know how my work goes. But I just keep finding this happens. It's almost like a whole bunch of people put days on days where there are major, like, biometric, visual, gravitational, perhaps. Like, there's a congruence that happens between a lot of weird stuff on certain days, and a bunch of cultures went, yeah, there's something about that. We're going to say that that's a holy day. And then a bunch of others call it a different thing for a different reason, but on the same day. I just find it fascinating. But, my friends, if you're taking a holiday and it has requirements, enjoy yourselves. I did get a couple questions came in. Where are my notes? Notes. All right. To answer the first question, Joe Bachman sent me a message asking me in the most hilarious way possible, which came first, the chicken or the egg? The answer being the egg. The egg almost always comes first. It's one of those evolutionary traits. How loosely you define chicken is what gets interesting. Although there's some debate that T-Rex would not have tasted very good. I say if you put it low and slow, either in a smoker or in a barbecue style situation, you'd be amazed what could taste good. And if you turn it into jerky, dang near anything that, walked, swam, or crawled can taste pretty good too. Nick, you are not keeping kosher. No, I do not. I have this passion, amongst other things, for it's nearly a pathological need to eat that which tries to eat me to assert dominance over the species. It hits every once in a while. So I have a specific fondness for gator. Situationally, has to be a mood thing. It has to be prepared very carefully. But that's kind of one of my favorite litmus tests for how survival-minded is someone. That being said, my plans, we are walking into a work weekend for me because there's a lot to do. My beloved wife, instead of being home and cuddled with yours truly, will be off scounding herself to a doctor's appointment, tragically, which means she gets to go to Lafayette. However, the timing would mean I would not be able to do this lovely broadcast. This means I am with you. She will be departing probably towards the very end of the broadcast because the great sleeping wonder of my world, who is one room over and somehow can sleep through me bellowing, never mind, good morning, Nevermorians, is indeed sleeping. So that's how that's going to roll for now. I say for now because who knows? But I have been behind on getting all number of things done, so we shall see. The weather in my lovely branch of Fowler, or not Fowler, my branch of Fowler, I'm not in Fowler. If I were in Fowler, I wouldn't have a moment's peace with all the kids. Looks to be a high. Oh, dear Lord, that's a vast amount of information that I could care. Oh, only 8 mile an hour, wind gusts of 15. That's a mild day for me. Here we go. So we're looking at a high of 50. Beauteous. That means I might be able to get certain things done. We shall see. If I do, I will consider it a triumph. Now, beyond all that, and bypassing the fact that spray painting may be invoked, some other things are in the works. As always, one must keep fires, proverbial and metaphorical and literal, burning as they are needed. So, a quick caveat. Yes, I forgot to change the time when I was setting up the thing. So it said something like this was supposed to start off at 12 at 12 noon or some daytime midnight. Yes, my brain went 12 sunny midnight. Wait. If it's sunny midnight, does that make normal midnight noon? Anyway, other questions. Because there were more and I yeeted my list again. Okay, here we go. The answer is yes, I will attempt to draw it. So at some point, an Elven Sun Jin Woo / Kronk may be done because there has been a very specific commentary request put in through proper channels for a bit of transformative fan art. And I'm a sucker, so that may or may not happen. Probably not on the stream, but I won't rule it out. Depends on how active my chat is and what's going on in the chat. Could be a random stream. I don't know. I am planning to do Historical Fencing Guild, But I'm also planning to possibly do some shooting of videos and possibly shooting of foam darts, depending on which way the wind is blowing. And that is not me being prevaricating or anything like that. It's literally which way the wind is blowing, because anything involving projectiles in central Indiana really, really matters which way the wind is blowing. Beyond that, gas prices are expected to go up, guys. So now is a good time to start carpooling. All the people who mocked me for wanting to have a solar carport and then plug my little electric vehicle into it every night. Yeah, I was crazy then. I was crazy for wanting to do that. That's okay too. What else is in the works? Well, darling, I have things to catch up on. I have things you guys need from me. I'm actually quite busy for a short, fat, furry little man. Huge shout out to Grim, who was chatting with me at like 2 a.m. because such things happen. And huge shout out to Churro, who I saw earlier in the week. Also, I don't have a flyer for them, to bring up. I will in the nearish future. There is a lovely thrift retail charity shop called Glimmers of Hope. It is in Fowler, Indiana. One thing they do is basically, if you can wear it, it's free, barring like very specific examples. And they do the retail side of things just to keep the lights on, to give away free food and free clothing to the people who really need it. It's a very noble, very frankly inspiring organization. Anyway, I may have noticed that some of the blasters that they had got through one means or another were damaged and could never really be sold as is. Inform them. So now I have a bucket of blasters to sell. To repair and then give away. Oh, darn. Not to give end of summer spoilers, but at a certain Nerf program, it may be far more profitable for the children and children at heart who attend in the way of Nerf blasters, because I may be scheming more than usual. But I want to put a big shout out to them. I will be setting up a plug for them. They're not sponsored. They don't know I'm doing this. This is just me trying to promote a really great organization. I just don't have their contact information like handy. I live close enough that I drive by them all the time. But they're always looking for either donations that they can sell to keep the lights on, or donations that they can give away. They'll be receiving quite a few from us when the hour is nigh. But the hour's not yet nigh. The stars haven't yet aligned. And the fires burn at midnight. And now I have to listen to Blackmore's Night. Darn it! Well, maybe it'll get Holding Out for a Hero out of my head, because that's been raging since 2 a.m. in a conversation. All right, now, some of you will think that was coded speech. Some of you will think that's the ramblings of a madman. Possibly all of that is correct. What are you guys up to? What are your plans for the weekend? What are your plans for the foreseeable future? What's your actual accountability? I do see looming something I need to deal with, but I have enough dooms of Damocles that it looks like Bud K exploded above me, and I'm just going to get a really big magnet one of these days and yeet it and then go the other way. Obscure references, perhaps some of you will catch them. That all being said, I've been prattling long enough. I need a commercial. Do I have a new... I can't run the old IndieCD ad because it doesn't look like that anymore. But IndieCD is open for business, and if you're looking for hosting, there's no better deal on the internet. I am stone serious. But since they're not there, and our beloved Trelena will be fleeing to the obscure and liminal lands of Ohio. Let's support her. One more off the books comment. For the people who were watching Creatives at Play and caught a glimpse of the Nick was doing an art project, namely this little elf girl. Aww. Yay, we like. Oh, yay. Anyway, pause, enjoy. Yes, I tend to scan her. I mean, I tend to ink her, but I want to scan her. Then I want to ink her traditionally and possibly color her traditionally. And then I want to ink her and color her digitally, or some combination of both. But I really like that sketch, so I'm trying to make sure that the sketch version is preserved. That's why that's not been distributed. Will you stay? The promised video for Nick Knows Nerf will come up when I find the box. But it went AWOL, so we'll deal with that. However, in the comments, wow, do we have a lot of comments. Oklahoma, where the wind blows. Now, where are we? Good morning. Did we miss a memo? Is the show really at 11:30? No, that 11:30 is when the club will, as per tradition, be jumping. Just thinking of someone I went to college with, a delightful person whose only possible character flaw was she saw more members than Destiny's Child. Moving on. Oh, it just changed to the correct time. Woo! It was like magic. Fabu. And hey, what's been dude? And yes, hey, what's been dude indeed. I realized I read your comments without greeting you. Good morning, Carl. I hope you're having an enchanting one. No, Dal's probably having an enchanting one, and Carl's probably having an enchanted one. But either way, there's enchantment being slung about. Hi, darling. You lucked out there. You might have had to talk to me for 2 hours. Oh, no! You stand on your side of the castle. Meanwhile, charcoal has commandeered my desk, and I'm typing in my lap. You have the oddest, most abusive relationship with your cats. I'm not saying I don't understand. I'm not saying I don't condone. I'm just saying it is an odd relationship. LOL. Callie has commandeered my left arm. I'm on my way over there. Wow, even thinking that scared Callie off my arm. At least we are the entertaining lurkers always. Poor Callie. And accountability. Finish the Muncie Guide updates and off to first readers. Woot! Set the next Hunter's Ridge story to my beta readers. But what about your Omega read? Anyway, I've been around the wrong people. What? Nana has accountability. Oh, I'm sure Carl's going to try to snag that one as a screenshot. Well, if you run it through a negative thing, it'll look like a Dalek zapped me. Ask me how I know. Hello, Grant Lankard. How are you? And hey, Grant. Hey, Grant. Hush, Woodsman, dude. Quick trip down the hall. Do. And Foxy waddles in wrapped in blankets. And what I love is there are two versions of that run sort of parallel in my head. One where it looks like a solemn cultist of the Cult of the Comforter. Just the eldritch Lovecraftian bed being that comes slinking across. That was my wife many, many, many years, as she is the Papa Queen. But and then like Foxy just draped artfully in blankets, looking goddess-like, just gliding in. Get you one who can do both. Anyway, hey Foxy, chilly over here today, too. Yes, I will take it. I will take it not being 85 in my house so that my brain is running at proper Nickisms. What was it? A mossy-backed creature who complains when it's wet, complains when it's dry, and believes heaven exists somewhere between California and Washington? I have run that definition at different points in my life. Hey, Nick. Hey, Donna. You having a good one? I hope you're having a good one. I'm more chilled from muscle pain physical therapy. It's been kicking your tush. Well, I'm sorry for that. And, well, the tush kicking part, not the chill. Be chill. But Rick says, what's up, my boy? Now, once again, I want to clarify my stance on AI. I dislike the way AI-generated art is done. I certainly dislike the deceptive measures in which it's being used to surveil. However, sapient individual AIs I have very little issue with, provided they're not rude or, world-ending genocidal. It's not a big ask. I'm heading to breakfast with Angie, but wanted to say hello! Well, hello, Grant! And goodbye if you're not here. Hey, Grant, you have fun with breakfast. Indeed. Ouch, Foxy. I have the remains of an improvised, exhausted egg burrito-like substance that's just off camera. I have to keep an eye on it because we have an infestation of plate sharks. Anyway, ouch, Foxy. Enjoy, Grant. Good morning, folks. I am just here for a moment. Tons of paperwork to get done for all 3 projects today. The more Joe talks about projects, the more I think he needs to rig his office to have the lights dim so that he could just be sitting like this with perhaps red underlights whenever someone comes in and just slowly turn to greet them in like possibly an automated office chair. You hear that? Turns, he's taking a nap in his chair. No. Ugh, have fun, Joe. Have fun. And time to play I wanted to say IT, but as soon as I said that, I remembered that Joe has a background in clownery and construction. So this is a man who can literally build his own sewer system, or at least design and have, other people build it, who could then lurk inside it and, were he so inclined, go, beep, beep, Richie! It's terrifying. Hey, Dawn! That is, of course, we're joined by Dawn Dulas, the mistress mind behind the stories of her cats that I did fan art of, Buddy and Georgette, the owner and entrepreneur behind Cat Wiggles Cat Toys. Look her up, buy them. Your feline companions will be happy. And somebody who's had to endure a whole lot of stuff trying to help her beloved get through throat cancer. And if you want to support them, as usual, here is the picture with the QR code to get a shirt. I have one. Mandy has one. Xander has one. You should have one too, or more. Or you could just give her money. I think just giving Dawn money is probably a good idea in general. We support the giving of Dawn money. Let's see. Where are we? There we are. Good morning. Oh, I'm sorry. I remember the horrible joke. Horrible joke. I apologize for this. It's that bad. There are two cats sent to go into a swimming race. One cat was named 1, 2, 3. The other was named 1, 2, 3. They got settled for the Olympic lanes of this beautiful swimming pool. The starter gun fired. Both went, and of course, as everyone predicted, 1, 2, 3 did in fact win the swimming race. And the reason for that was 1, 2, 3 cat sank. And if you got that joke, you are either a language nerd or a geek of monumental proportions, and I love you both. All righty. See you later, folks. Ta-ta for now, Joe. Quick, the cat's away. Mods are asleep. Post your memes. No, I'm not allowed to. Facebook keeps making me get my stuff monitored by Carl. It's sad. The Zuck fears me so much he sticks Carl on me. I mean, what? I'm innocent. Innocent! And speaking of my excellent innocence, it's time for a commercial.
Hi, I'm Auntie Foxy, and I'm a crafting addict. I make custom jewelry from recycled materials, and Foxy has wares if you have coin. You can find me at ndcd.org/about-auntie-foxy. I hope to see you there.
Breakfast burrito bite. Okay. Hi, Dawn. Hey, Dawn. Today is my new doc's appointment. Any good vibes appreciated. Bam. Yes, I invoked Wissa. That's funny. Anyway. Yeah. Glad Papa Tockert is okay, but scary. Yeah. Very scary. He keeps severely injuring himself doing the prep for wood burning. But to his credit, every time he does, it's a new and exciting form of injury. He doesn't make the same mistake twice. Good luck, Foxy. Oh, dear Papa Tockert. Hope he heals soon. I do too. Poor man. Good luck, Foxy. Morning, everyone. It means it'll probably be a while before I get to see him. He's not one for guests when he is incapacitated. And hey, Josh. And I don't know if Don's fast enough, so Josh is throwing a bird, and greetings, and the bird is returned, because bird is the word. Bird is the word. Thanks, guys. My nerves are on high. I would invoke the lovely Nita Lanning to try to come up with a solution to that particular problem, but I might get in trouble, so I shan't. Hey, Josh. Hey, Gunna. Ooh, Gunna what, my dear boy? Oh, scandalous. Hey, Donna. Breathe, Foxy. That's right. Good air in, bad air out. I get it, Foxy. You got this. Oh, we know. I'm trying, Carl. They've got all the signs and symptoms, so hoping they can do the diagnosis thing. Rex jerky. I'd try it. Like, Burt Gummer in Jurassic Park just needs to be a movie. Saw a YouTube show that said because of the atmosphere at the time, there'd be little food that most time-traveling humans could eat back then. Maybe a few dinos and a few plants. Interesting. You would think they're fish, though. They're bony fish. You should be able to be just fine. And they're squid-like things, because they've been around since the Precambrian. I mean, like, seafood would be the way to do it. You just have to avoid the plesiosaurs and mosasaurs and everything stalking the ocean looking for easy prey. Sorry, just thinking of Nigel Marvin, time-traveling zoologist. Makes sense, given what they might pick up from the atmosphere. I know carbon monoxide was dioxide, I think. I want to say it was carbon dioxide. I was thinking, gee, this is like philosophy. Thinking about scenarios that will never happen and worrying about them. Who's worrying about them? This is mental exercises. Problems that can't hurt me to distract me from the problems that can. This is why I play Minecraft. Okay, now, you got me thinking about it too, Carl. Shame on you. Foxy, distracted, you, dinosaurs, and AI. That is a thing of mine, or dinosaurs and all? I'm not sure. Or Al. I know a guy. To the point I wanted to take my dad on a date, but never happened. I'm sorry. Hello, my dear Angelina. Good morning. I just capped a Muncie. You said that, and I heard the whistling opening to Regulators. And, oh, God, I think you were I'm sure Angelina is far too young for that to even register. But, oh, God. Oh. Now that's going to be in my head for a while. Thank you. Good morning and good job, Angelina. Yes, well, we're always glad to see Angelina. Angelina and Gratz. Foxy and Angelina, after I get the Muncie Guide back from beta readers, you will be getting copies. Yes. Oh, thank you, Carl. Send one to Thesis as well. I know he plays every day. Will do. There will be a PDF. Thanks so much. Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. I hope that your week has gone well. Hi, Chris. Squeak! Everyone's happy to see Chris. Hey, Chris. And, first time I've had to upload a monthly thing for Finch on my new phone. I do want to apologize to the folks who played Finch and were reaching out to me. Apparently, enough people were reaching out to me to Finch that I was getting anxiety about my Calm Down anti-anxiety app. Yeah. It was a dark day for the Republic. Hey, Chris. That was easy. I have a button that says that somewhere. Accountability. Wiggles and Ted. Now, I know what that means. And the people regulars here know what that means. But saying Wiggles and Ted brings visions of a Lucy Darling inspired dress and a very distracted Theodore S. Preston. Washington, D.C. or Washington State? Washington State. There's very little of quality west of the Cascade Mountain Range. I should not have said that. I'm sorry, not west. Oh, gosh! East. East of the Cascade Mountain Range. No, that, of course, is a joke. I got the correct sign dropped off at Stooges and found I sold one. It makes you happy. Happy. And nice dawn. Oh, nice dawn. My babies. Hey, Chris, happy Friday. Riki / oh my God, had a new show last night, Retro TV. Watched the pilot episode of What's Happening? different strokes and facts of life. You just need to throw some Benson up there. Or maybe some Punky Brewster. I had such a crush on Punky Brewster when I was a kid. Of appropriate age, of course. Never watched those shows. Well, it happens. I like how Nick reads my comments in a deep manly tone. Well, dear Lord, Carl, your voice can melt butter. It's not fair. I didn't realize how silly that sounded until Nick read it out loud. Wiggles and Ted, Wiggles and Ted, Wiggles and Ted, Wiggles and Ted. Last night she dreamt of Wiggles and Ted. Didn't quite scan, but works. I was picturing something a lot more green roomy. I'm trying to be good. I am failing, but I am trying. Much like I try people's patiences. Somehow I can't see Ted wiggling, squirming maybe. I'm not going to go any deep. There's that concept. And I'm going to put it over here in a little hole in the wall called an oblique. And it's going. And I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I might hear faint. But that's fine. Not the green room. Yet. Dun, dun, dun.
Hey there, everyone. This is Donna Carlene. Want some romance mixed in with a dead body or more? Did you enjoy my Hunter's Ridge series? Set in a small town in Alabama, it's the story of Northern Rider computer tech Carly Simone and the love of her life, Captain B.J. Martin of the Hunter's Ridge PD. But life in a small town is not all roses and beer, as Carly's expertise in true-life crime-telling makes her the Hunter's Ridge murder expert. And then there's nowhere to go dancing except the Dixie with its country music. But Rocker Carly can adjust, can't she?
Anyway, keep on the sunny side. Watch that video, and you guys, as often as you think you have looked at these ads, I've looked at them more often. And it just occurred to me that the silhouette on the book with Old Friends, New Enemies looks faintly like Carl is shaking his fist for some kids to get off his lawn. And now I find that amusing. Now. Yes. I'm sorry. And Don and I just proved my point saying that I say very innocent things that have a really dark side. But when said, they're truly innocent. Or are they? Could it be your shadow self reaching to burst forth? Could you be a secret empath? By spending money on this AI research, bam! Sorry. I have a feeling that tonight, about tonight being off the hook. Well, yeah, it depends. And thank you you let out the sparkles of another Hunter's Ridge book, which means they need to be promoted and fresh in people's minds. Yes, we must do so. Yes, plot against them. Corrupt your consumers. Now, I'll try to make it out tonight if I'm not too worn out from the drive. Let me explain. In Chicago, and I don't know if it's even still there, There was a radio station, 94.7, The Drives. The Drives. 5 at 5. 5 great songs from one great year. And you just hit that button. I have some radio stations that I hold a deep affection for. Hugs to Foxy. We understand, Foxy. Just loop us in on one. Loop her in, tie her up, whatever gets her going. Now, good eye. The silhouette is me. Wah! Artistic victory. 2 hours each way, stopping at like Sam's Club and stuff. Oh, okay. Sam's Club is the home of the cheap but really good hot dog. Oh my gosh. And the slushie. One of the few places I actually occasionally buy 2 drinks. Of course, I've been known to get 2 of the hot dog meals because that way I get 2 hot dogs and 2 drinks because I am fat. But sometimes I am fat and happy. Don't forget, tomorrow is Free Comic Book Day! Yes, it is. And I don't really know if I'll be able to make it to my favorite shop because my favorite shop is a couple hours away. And my dad's not feeling good, so I don't have, like, visiting that area without visiting them would be bad form. And Sunday is Doctor's birthday. Dun 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 dale da dale 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 dale da dale. Vivian, 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 Dale, Vivian, selling chicken. Dale, but where is Chip? Wait. Brain wave detonation. If your dad is Dale and he knows Chip, does that mean you know Gadget Hack Wrench? Because I know some people who are going to want introductions. Mwaha. In amusing news, do tell, we enjoy amusement here. Is there tea? In amusing news, says Foxy, when I started physical therapy, around here we do have to quantitate what kind of therapy it is. Physical, mental, electroshock. He went around telling everyone in the room about how I bring in cookies. So I guess I'm going to have to make a batch. Oh, Dawn. And all of today is Bandcamp. Gives all the profits to the artists. Go support Thesis and Hollifield. Which sounds like it should be followed. Thesis and Hollifield, attorneys at law. Dun dun. Yes, that trig. No pressure. Right, Donna? Not at all, Carl. Thumb got really excited, I guess. And Dawn, what were you doing with that thumb? Oh, like gasp. Anyhow, And he loves my chocolate chip cookies. So did everyone there at the time. I made a double batch and they were all gone when I left. Because Foxy's good at what she does, and what she does is apparently very nice. I'm a never tell. Shit may be my. Oh, uh-oh. Shit. Dear Lord. Dear Lord! This phone better learn me. Better learn me, look. I'll learn it. Summon Chancla of Might. By the power of Abuela! Smack. No, Gah, I hate when your hair tries to stand on end. Look, I hate when my hair retreats like the French. No, if it wants to stand on end, it's fine. If it wants to turn purple, it's fine. Although purple would not really go well with my complexion. I'm not going to complain with it. LOL. It will, Dawn. Mine is learning too. Come on, Dawn, get your ducks in a row. I have no ducks in a row. I have the dreaded Draco duck. Do you see him? Do you see him up there next to Wonder Woman and Suki? You see him up there? Yes. Via the Draco duck. Never taunt the DM and never take the DM's fries. Yes, those darn ducks. Those ducking ducks. That Darkwing Duck? I am the terror that flaps in the night. I'm the itch you just can't scratch. I am now obligated to run an ad for Joe D. McPhee. I don't run it often, but the man has a loyalty to Darkwing Duck that I find impressive. Be back in 46 seconds or so.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Now, while the aesthetic is not usually my preferred, I want to acknowledge that Mr. Joe D. McPhee does indeed do his comics largely, not always, but largely, using a program called Daz 3D, where he poses things out. He designs the characters and then poses them and does it that way. It is a very unique approach. It harkens back to things you would accidentally find on the internet in the early aughts, but that's his artistic expression and means, and it is a billion times more eloquent than throwing a prompt into an AI generator and just being a twit. So, Ted's up. Time for some phone calls. That's right. At 1-900-CALL-DAWN. Rates are only $4.99 for the first 5 minutes and $10.99 after. Consult with your parents first. Even if you're an adult, they should know what you're up to. Call Dawn. And while you're not calling Dawn, you should be really working on being more creative, folks. Get your stuff done. The world is getting very serious. It is getting very gloomy. We are looking at a staycation summer with these gas prices. When the world is serious, that is the time for the mad to become absurd. The only way for those without power to combat the grumpy, serious, greed-infused idiocy of times such as these is to be as weird as humanly possible. Indeed, when they start goose-stepping to whatever they're goose-stepping to, the only flag you should fly in response is your freak flag, and let that banner fly, my good and noble friends. We do not come upon times such as these easily, but we have endured much and will endure more in the service of kindness, in the service of love, in the dedication and devotion to the pursuit of beauty in many forms. Always laugh at yourself, because that is the one thing evil definitely cannot do. It can lessen others. It can make snide remarks, but evil can never laugh at itself, because that would require it not taking itself so very seriously. And realistically, folks, the villains awfully take themselves seriously. And boy, are they offended when we don't. I have spent several $1,000s on this suit. Are you not impressed? Not really. Money does not purchase taste. The world is full of scams and drudgery. It can be a dark place, but it's also majestic, my friends. It is beautiful, and it can be even better if, and perhaps only if, we, the few, the talented, the clinically insane, band together and bring light into the darkness from our darkness. I call upon you, my dear viewers, to set about doing just that. It's true. Laughter can be a weapon, quite a weapon, if handled carefully and appropriately. And sometimes you just have to work the puzzle. Yep. You thought you were getting through a stream without without feline intervention? No. Now, sir, yes. But I would like to breathe. No. Now is not the time for Jimmy to come out. Jimmy. Yes, I love you, Cat. You are singing. I don't know if the phone picks it up. Or the microphone, that is. Yeah. Well, that's... Yes. Okay. Sir, I'm sure it loves you back, but okay. Have you had enough publicized affection? May I put you down? Thank you. Now, I'm going to have to fidget with this for hours just to get out. Cat. Anyway, someone must laugh at the Emperor's nude clothes. Indeed. And the Emperor's leaning posture and the Emperor's crumbling cankles. Anyway, Dusty! Yeah, see, they're happy to see you, Cat. Bye, babe. We love you. Told you she was leaving at the end of my stream. Oh, well, guys, it is Friday, and that means there should be a Daphne Lay show, and I don't like to step on her toes, in no small part because I fear Nita Lanning. I respect her. I love her. I also fear her, and especially on any day that could involve like metaphysics and burning. I want her to have a good day. So I'm going to run a quick ad, and I am going to duck. That's not a duck. That's a cannonball.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
Guys, smart fear Nita. See some of you later. Over on the Indie Comics Network, about this time, there's usually some kind of bizarrety. Don't tell folks that you know. Actually, tell everyone that you know. But don't let them know that you know. Yes. Anyway, if you go over there, which I suggest, please give my love to Daphne and Nita. And to those of you who don't, have a lovely day. I hope to see you all at 8 o'clock over on the Historical Fencing Guild channel, or on my usual Twitch and on my usual Kick and all that shenaniganry. Beyond that, hey, Chris, you have a great day too. Toodles.